Bonjour from Quebec. I'm going to be showing you guys how to spend 6 hours in this amazing city. For those who don't know, Quebec is the second largest French city in Canada. Even though it's a small town, it has a lot to offer, and I'm going to show you what we can do within 6 hours to make the most of it. This city so far is beautiful, it's quiet, and everybody seems very pleasant and nice. Use my devices without any problems, unlike other cities, and I cannot wait to see what it has to offer in this ultimate day tour. So do enjoy, and I'll see you guys later. First I checked out is Quebec's Old Port. This is the laid-back, charming riverfront local with a marina, a cruise terminal, and an old Wall Street. It's arguably one of the most charming neighborhoods located at the edge of the breathtaking St. Lawrence River, with a marina, market, and so much more to explore during your stay in Quebec City. It's filled with lots of antique shops, alleyways, and inviting galleries, and it's just a really chilled place to have a view of the city. Definitely one of the best things I enjoyed about here. Of Quebec also hosts arguably one of the best hotels in Canada, the Fermented Frontenac, and it's an absolutely beautiful building. Room cost typically costs around $250 to $300 per night. One of the reasons why I like the Old Port is that it's not an easy thing to find a very quiet place like this in the downtown. Yes, the Old Port is Quebec itself is a quiet city, but the Old Port just serves as a very chilled place, and it's very historical as well. It's where World War I and II was, some of the contributions of Canada to World War I, World War II was highlighted here. And to just see it here still being a functional part of Toronto is such an amazing thing to offer. Hello. And they're very nice local people as well who say hi. And it's facing this beautiful waterfront. I can imagine what the view is like when you live in a house like that. I'm going to show you guys the houses, and your view is the Old Port of Montreal. You're going to love it. It's going to be absolutely stunning. Let me give you guys a view of it so you see what it looks like. So yeah, this is Old Port of Montreal, and I'm going to be checking out the next spot so we can get our day done as quick as possible. The next place I went to was the Museum of Civilization, which is about 2 minutes away from Old Port. It does contain various exhibitions, various artworks, but to be honest, I didn't really have the best of experience in this museum. Maybe it was just the time I went, but it's a place to check out, just to spend your quick 6 days in Quebec. So I'm gonna be very honest, the museum was quite disappointing because they had closed all their exhibition, so I didn't bother going. I just knew from outside something was off. But they had the Mayan exhibition that finished as of October 3rd. But still a beautiful site to visit. Hopefully if you ever visit Quebec on your own, they have something much more interesting to offer, and you can still check it out. So I'm gonna try out a traditional Quebec lunch next. I haven't had anything to eat today, and I'll let you guys know how that feels, and how we taste, rather. So let's go. After my museum trip, the next thing I did was a hunt for lunch, to get proper Quebecan food. But before then, I got a chance to explore the core downtown. That's the busy side of Quebec, basically. Seeing traditional French stores, and I like the way the streets were organized, the way the tiny alleyways, the old Paris building. It was just classic European. It's just like a classic European village. Seeing the historians, speaking with different tourists, seeing the various stores. It was just a beautiful sight to behold. I mean, this is one of my favorite highlights of my day trip to Quebec, exploring the downtown for lunch and seeing various restaurant options, the pubs, the people, just seeing French diaspora or French culture at its finest. Alright, so I'm going to be actually trying something traditionally Quebecan. Aside from croissants, which everyone knows is a French food, I'm trying out this chocolate cake and a sugar pie and this made in Quebec milk as well, which I'm going to be telling you guys how it tastes. But the streets of Quebec have really impressed me. It has this really laid back vibe, so I can understand why people would like to stay here. But can I live here? Probably not, but I'm impressed by the ambience of it. It's a good place to escape from the hustle and bustle of Toronto, even Montreal as well. Alright, so some bit of bad news. The Notre Dame is closed, or it's undergoing some form of construction. So I'll just hang around and see what I can get and check out a park right next to it. But other than that, it has a very rich history. About 4 governors of New France have been buried here. It's by this beautiful park, and I can imagine the history that's inside it, but too bad I can't see it. It feels like I came to Quebec on the wrong day. The exhibitions at the museums are closed, and Notre Dame is also closed. But you know what? Let's go see what else we can discover in Quebec. I have about 2 more hours left, and I will see how I can make them. Since I could not get a proper tour of Notre Dame, I decided to go to the Parliament. And I must say, this was one of the most beautiful parliaments I've ever been to in my life. In fact, I wish I went to the Parliament first. This is arguably one of the most beautiful House of Parliaments I've been to in my life. Just take a look at the structure, the artwork right next to it. Everything about it just looks properly done. There's so many fancy hotels right next to it. There's a Hilton Hotel, there's a Delta Hotel, and this beautiful waterfall that just, it's hard to believe to make laws over here. It looks more like a hotel. It's really, really beautiful. And I didn't plan to see this today, and thank goodness I kind of missed my return ticket. I got to see this. Very beautiful. I'm impressed with it. Rich in history, one of the oldest buildings in Canada, was built around the 1960s. Sorry, what am I saying? Around 1603, that's when it was built. And it serves a massive purpose, one of the historical buildings, and it overlooks the city, which gives you this beautiful view of the entire town. There's a guided tour as well, but to be honest with you, I don't really like using, especially a public guided tours, because you don't get that personal experience. I just go in myself. We're not allowed to go inside for obvious reasons, but this is one of those places that you should visit. If I had known, I'll probably come here first before going anywhere. At the back of this parliament is also this wonderful garden where you get an overall view of the city. This is one of the most beautiful parliament buildings I've seen in my life. Full stop. My trip to Quebec will not be complete without visiting the Montgolfier Falls. I have to say Quebec is beautiful. I've enjoyed seeing different parts of it. It packs in so much for a tiny town. Unlike Montreal, Toronto, where I have to travel to Niagara, Quebec has its own waterfalls, which I have to say is absolutely stunning. I'm impressed by it, and it's something that everybody should definitely do if they ever visit here. It is beautiful. I don't know if you guys can hear this. So there's this beautiful Montmorency, the city here. Absolutely stunning. Classic European style. This has got to be one of the best spots I've been so far. I love it. It's cold, it's warm, the weather is really good, and it's just really nice vibes. It's about over 500 meters tall, and you can walk directly to sea. 24 hours is not enough to see all of Quebec, but I have to say for a town like this, I've seen so much today. I like the people, the food, the city. It has a unique culture that is similar to Montreal, but still different in its own way. Is it a city I'll recommend to anybody? Absolutely yes. Would I come here to spend 2 days to relax, feeling that French vibe? Absolutely. Do I want to live here permanently? Maybe when I retire, but for now it's just a city you want to stop over in, have a good time, get yourself back together and leave. And that's how you do Quebec in 24 hours.